Majority of the funds raised through the Ellie Ruby Foundation will go directly towards supporting pediatric cancer research. The simple truths we learned about pediatric cancer through Ellie's journey underscores why securing funding to make substantial medical advancements is so very critical for our children. It was Saturday night, July 18th, after 10 p.m., when Brittany had finally convinced the doctors that Ellie's worsening condition required an MRI scan of Ellie's brain. Ellie's MRI results were definitive. She had a large mass covering the right side of her brain that would require emergency surgery. It was only shortly thereafter we met Ellie's wonderful surgeon, Dr. Jeffrey Greenfield, who would go on to successfully perform not just that surgery, but the 4 other brain surgeries Ellie has undergone over the course of her battle. His expertise in the operating room is matched by his unique ability to connect with his patients and their families. He cares for Ellie as if she is his own, which has given us a sense of calm and confidence when she is under his watch in the operating room, despite the complexity of her surgeries. There is simply no better way to describe Dr. Greenfield than someone doing God's work here on earth. Dr. Greenfield's passion for the medical field and commitment to his patients is evident in how he spends his time outside of the operating room. As a co-founder of the Children's Brain Tumor Project, Dr. Greenfield oversees a research lab dedicated to improving outcomes for children with rare brain tumors. His lab seeks to advance scientific discovery and clinical research with a focus on targeted therapy, drug delivery, and lower toxicity solutions. Brain and central nervous system tumors are the most common and fatal pediatric cancer, as some brain tumors are inoperable and have a survival rate of 0%. For those children lucky enough to survive a cancer diagnosis, approximately 95% of them will encounter chronic health issues, likely as a result of the toxicity of their treatment, meaning that the cure sometimes becomes the disease. These were key influences for Dr. Greenfield's decision to start laying the groundwork for the Children's Brain Tumor Project over 10 years ago, and why the project's mission is vital for paving a path to better outcomes for pediatric brain cancer patients. Ellie is among the first few patients whose tumor is being researched by Dr. Greenfield's lab. We often hear that Ellie's cancer is 1 in a million, making the lab's research ever more critical should we need to source additional avenues of treatment in the future. The lab has and continues to screen hundreds of available treatments without having to introduce the toxicity of those agents to Ellie through trial and error. The Children's Brain Tumor Project gives hope to families when they need it the most, and it is through our fundraising efforts that we wish to bring the same feeling of hope to other families facing similar circumstances. Because only 4% of the government budget for cancer research is allocated to pediatrics, the research initiatives required to make strides for our children are dependent on private funding, which comprises approximately 75% of the annual funds raised for pediatric cancer research. The impact of your contributions today and continued support are so very meaningful to drive our mission forward. After Ellie's diagnosis, a few friends created a GoFundMe campaign in Ellie's honor to raise money for rare pediatric brain cancer research. I'm excited to share that this incredible community has raised over $80,000 since the beginning of that campaign for the Matthew Larson Foundation. Today marks the next step in our commitment to brain cancer research through the Ellie Ruby Foundation's partnership with the Children's Brain Tumor Project. It is my greatest pleasure to present this year's Ellie Ruby Foundation Pediatric Cancer Research Grant in the amount of $100,000 to the Children's Brain Tumor Project so it can fulfill its mission and continue to make advancements, find cures, develop treatments, give hope, and bring smiles and support to families battling pediatric cancer. Dr. Greenfield was unfortunately unable to attend today's event, but he did share some remarks which Brittany is going to share.
I am so honored and moved to accept this on behalf of the Children's Brain Tumor Project. Our singular mission is to improve the treatments and improve the odds for children with brain tumors like Ellie. Ellie has inspired me since the moment I met her, and I am committed to doing everything I can in the laboratory and in the hospital to ensure her amazing outcome so far continues well into the future. I also accept this on behalf of my co-researchers and all the children we have treated and those who we know we will meet one day, so we can be better prepared and offer better options for treatment. Thank you for coming out today and supporting this cause. We're all in this together because we all love this family and this little girl. Enjoy the day.
So this grant is an honor and appreciation for all that Dr. Greenfield does for Ellie and the rest of his patients, and for his commitment to changing the world of pediatric brain cancer. And finally, our biggest thanks is to all of you, each and every one of you, for making today possible, for attending today's event, for your continued generosity, and for empowering us to deliver on our mission. Together we can and we will make a difference.